but most people shut themselves when they need people the most.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what happens. And it might be from like the subconscious mind, is trying to like, let me just avoid people. I don't want to be a burden.
So I have a one question for you. Have you ever been depressed? Today I'm together with Aminu. We are going to have a conversation. I know that the quoting we are going to talk about today is about mental health, and I don't know, Ariwa people used to say that as far as you're black, you don't believe with anything mental health. Bakin mutum dole ya zama yana da haƙuri. We mix mental health with religious beliefs that there's nothing like mental health. Ka yi haƙuri, ka rungumi kaddara, and I think we need to stop stereotyping all these things and look beyond. So I'm together with Aminu here. He's going to explain much more on that. Aminu, as a mental health therapist, I will give you the mic and the floor. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Aminu Balami. I'm popularly known as, or well known as, Aminullah. I'm a writer, a poet, and a psychotherapist, cognitive behavioral therapy to be precise, which makes me a mental health advocate. Mental health includes emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. It also helps determine how we handle stress and how we generally do things or make healthy decisions or choices. You made mention of people saying that as long as you are black or you are African or Nigerian, you are not supposed to have any mental health. You are supposed to be tough, resilient, and all these things. And yes, these are good qualities that we Africans have. We are tough, we are resilient, but sometimes it gets overwhelming, and you just have to find a way to let it out. And even talking about the religious view, I don't think there's any way where it was said that if you have a mental health issue, you should not reach out to someone. When we are sick, we go to doctors and seek for professional help, and mental health is as important as any other form of health.
I think black people, as far as the disease, or let me say the symptoms, are not physical. They don't believe that somebody is sick. You understand what I mean? How will you know that your mental health is affected? Like, what are the symptoms? For a layman like me, let me put it this way, how will you convince me that I have any issue relating to my mental health?
Most of the times people get trapped in what we call the negative cycle. So when you are in such a situation, there are a lot of things that you see that your performance is not as usual as it has been going. Your productivity is like zero or way below what it is supposed to be or what it used to be. You find people are isolating themselves, like in dark rooms. They will enter a room, switch off the lights, and
saying that idan mace tana rufe kanta a ɗaki tana son aure ne, does that relate to mental health?
Well, marriage is an entire different thing.
Okay.
But I don't think that's the reason. I think if a woman or anyone at all is secluding himself from like people, I know there are people who enjoy their own solitude, but yes. I don't think it's like at all times. And especially for those that are not usually like that, if they tend to start like show signs of being like that, it means there's a problem. And like talking to someone can go a long way in helping them to, manage these things.
So I know that you're a pharmacy student and you also write, right? Yeah, and you also do photography. Yes. How did you find yourself as a mental health therapist? Are you even a mental health therapist?
Okay. Yes, I'm certified. I'm a certified psychotherapist. Like I said earlier, cognitive behavioral therapy. Professionally, I've been doing it for just a year. But non-professionally, I would say I've been doing it since I was like 15 or 16 or something like that.
That's amazing.
Since high school, like people have been finding it easy to like talk to me about their problems, without the fear of being judged or misunderstood. I don't judge people. I just listen to you, you already have a problem, so let's just find a solution. There's no need to go back to why did you do this, why did you do that, and the rest. Because if you have avoided all those things, you wouldn't have been here. So it has been something that has always been part of me, and so far so good.
Okay, as you see, Aminullah has been a therapist since his high school. This is something. Is it a talent or a skill or something you build on? How will you even know that you have this talent in you? Like if you're telling my audience out there that if they have this skill.
Actually, anyone can study becoming a therapist, and as far as you are certified, you can practice. You can go into practice, but it's not something that everyone will enjoy. You have to be empathetic towards people. So if
that's the quality.
Yes, you have to be empathetic. If you are someone who always wants, helping others, then it's a good sign that you can do good in aspects because some people you can be telling them things actually, and their attention will not be there, or they might think it's a waste of time, or they will think maybe you are too emotional or too sensitive. Some people will judge you and the rest. So one of the qualities is, first of all, to be empathetic. Second, you must not judge people. You are there to just provide solutions for people, so you don't have to judge.
It's not always about providing solutions. Some people want to just be listened to.
Yes, it's part of the solution also, because if someone speaks and feels better, you have actually
So you need to be a good listener.
You have to be a good listener, and I had problem with listening, but I've been working on it, and I think I've improved quite a lot now.
In your own personal relationship with people, I think this is an attribute that each and every one of us supposed to have.
Yes.
You need to be a good listener. You need to be empathetic.
Yes.
Yeah, don't be an empathy blocker, because this will affect the emotion of the person that is talking to you, right? Yeah, then I think you go ahead with the second question.
The second question was why people shut themselves up when they are in situations like that. Actually, it's kind of complex to explain this, but most people shut themselves when they need people the most.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what happens, and it might be from the subconscious mind, is trying to let me just avoid people. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to disturb people and things like that. Then another way to see it is okay, let me just work out of people, shut people off, and see who will be able to identify that something is wrong with me, who cares for me and all. And that's why for many people, when they do that and they are lucky enough to find someone around them that notices that they are going to be so close to that person, because that person was able to identify that, okay, this person has not been maybe coming to class, or this person has not been going out with us as usual. So the bond between them and whoever they find that noticed they had a problem, it will just be very close, and that person will just be there main G. Let me just put it like that. Yeah, that's what happened.
As a medical student, I think we are, let me put it this way, we are suffering from all these mental health issues, to be honest, with the series of tests, bunch of lectures, there's a lot of stress in medical school. What advice will you give students to support each other, to also help one another, because you are in the system and you know how the system works?
Yes. I think the major problem first is the way our educational system has been structured. You are being taught right from nursery school, you should do your assignments alone, you should do your tests, exams, everything we do it individually. And interestingly enough, that's not how it works outside school. Outside school, you have to cooperate with others, and you realize that many people have easier times during practice than even during studying, because the studying you have to do it alone and all. But I think one good way to I just recently learned that is group studies. if you are studying alone, it will take you like a longer time to cover all the bulky courses, and you have like hundreds or thousands of pages to cover.
Yeah, the time I started understanding all these things is when I'm in my 300 level, and 200 and 100 I used to study alone, but solo. But after a while, I realized that studying with a group of friends will help me catch up. So I have a one question for you. Have you ever been depressed?
I don't think so.
Why? Like, why would you think so? Why wouldn't you think so? Because you don't have the features of a person that has been depressed, or?
No, I think it all comes down to the mindset. So I think I've equipped myself with the right mindset. It doesn't mean that I don't have like my low moments or down moments, but whenever I see that things are not going in a certain way, I know what to do. I know, like, I will sit down, write stuff, think things through, and like just focus on the solution. So I would say like I'm my first patient, so I treat myself and everything. So yes, I don't think I've been depressed like that.
Okay, so what do you want to share to the public? If somebody needs help from you, how can they contact you, and what advice, like a free session, take it like a free session, what advice can you give people that is watching you right now?
Firstly, regarding how to contact me, I'm on Instagram, solsavvy with 3 underscores. And there are other therapists as well, even right here in the north. We have Solace Box, we have the Northern Therapist, we have Janan DY right here in Maiduguri.
We have
exactly.
In Maiduguri. We also have mental health with Kaxi.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have quite a lot of them. It doesn't have to be me. You can reach out to them at any time, and I'm sure they will also be there.
I think your mental health
for
matters.
You. It does.
Yeah,
it does.
Mental health matters.
Does.
So please reach out to this. I will link their handle in my description box below. So,
okay. So the most important thing, like I said, is the mindset. This is where the mind comes from, and like you can't believe it, the mind is so powerful and complex. I don't think scientists have still understood how the mind works. There are a lot of debates around it. Is it in the head? Is it in the heart?
Yes.
And all of the, but where the mind is located is not like our main focus. It's very complex. So the mind is immensely powerful than like we can ever imagine. That is why it is dangerous to have a negative mindset, because it is impossible for a peasant mindset to achieve great things. I know you're an example, because I saw what you last year. You wrote some stuff down, and by the end of the year, like you achieved
something that you will. It's more like a habit.
Yeah.
You put that in your mind that I'll do this, then you do it.
Yes. So until one's mind can change, can imagine becoming something great, that person cannot attain greatness. Trust me, if you see, or if you say your goal is to be president, and you don't dream about it, you don't think about it, you don't imagine yourself in the office giving orders and making appointments, you are just living in an illusion. You are not there yet. And what happens is that the mind is programmable. You can program your mind by the things you watch, the things you read, and things like that. And the problem we youngsters are having nowadays is that we are watching the wrong things, listening to the wrong things, and even reading the wrong things. We invest so much time in long series that will take months or years to even complete. We are following it back to back, every update.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm not saying we should not watch completely, but you can add other things that are beneficial to you, so that everything will even out and balance. Not that at all times it's just entertainment. So the mind is programmable. That's the good news. So we can program our minds to do whatever that we want to achieve.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you so much. I've come to the end of my video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your mental health matters. This is Susa Abdul signing out.